Happy Wednesday, boys and girls. It is your favorite idiot, the OGGM, coming to you at 8 o'clock in the morning from Site B. It's raining on this 12th day of February. I believe it's Abraham Lincoln's birthday. I'm drinking tea. Let's get caught up on the tabletop role-playing game news stories that we've missed because reasons, and a whole bunch of stories just dropped all at once. Critical Role on following up on the end of Campaign 3, finally, the massive, slightly disappointing 8-hour season finale, has announced that one of their first projects post-Season 3 is a grim, dark Daggerheart miniseries, which Mercer's already talked about. It's his low magic, Dark Souls themed Gods Are MIA game, which is interesting because if you heard the news regarding the end of Campaign 3, Campaign 3 did end pretty much mostly the way I predicted, with the gods of Exandria gone and all connections to Wizards of the Coast gone too. Weird that the next campaign he's running is a grim, dark, quasi-post-mystical apocalypse where all the gods are gone for Daggerheart. And we don't know what to expect for Campaign 4, other than it's going to be a brand new thing. Weird. But I don't want to toss out too many speculations because I already have heard that the fan base was very disappointed with how Campaign 3 ended. Wow. And they have announced that Daggerheart will be available in May, just in time for all the conventions and their 10-year massive convention thingy that they're doing. So congratulations on Campaign 3 coming to a end, finally. Resolving all the dangling storylines from Vox Machina, Mighty Nine, and Bell's Hells, and leaving the slate clean for whatever Campaign 4 is gonna be. But meanwhile, don't worry, we haven't seen the last of our friends because we're going to get a grim, dark Daggerheart miniseries to fill the void. Oh, grim, dark. If you're like me, you're probably tired of that word. PaizoCon is on the line with PaizoCon online, still coming and going. So I think Paizo is still meeting online rather than in person, which is fine, I guess. There'll also be at Origins and Gen Con, additionally to whatever they're doing online. This will be May 23rd through the 26th. It'll feature a whole bunch of new stuff with the announcements of some new product for Paizo. And they're looking for DMs. So if you are interested in organized PaizoCon play, and you think you're going to be at Origins or Gen Con this year, or want to do some digital online PaizoCon, this would be your chance to check it out. New products coming out is the Guns and Gears Remaster. This will be the Pathfinder 2 Core 2nd Edition Guns and Gears Remastered version, exploring all the weird technology that exists in the Pathfinder universe and how we transition from the Pathfinder arcane tech into the Starfinder arcane tech. And of course, following with their Orc OGL scrub, they will be removing anything that connects Guns and Gears Remastered with Wizards of the Coast product. We have a Pathfinder Adventure Path number 211, The Secret of Deathstalker Tower, Spore War 2 of 3. It's an adventure for 14th through 17th level characters. There's death and destruction and elves dying and magic tower and spores. Yeah, spores. We've got Pathfinder Society Scenarios 6.09, The Power of Legends. Something to do with the God thing that they were doing. We've got Starfinder Society Adventure 710, Rasham's Recream. A legendary explorer has once again set off, and he's following a bunch of people have seen the dead explorer, even though they're supposed to be dead. And Starfinder Scenario 610, Once in Whispers, which is more Starfinder type spaceshipy type stuff with magic and technology combined. to create a much better version of D&D in space than Wizards of the Coast. The brain's not working today. I don't know why. It's probably the rain. Probably need to lay down or something. Now, some news from some other game companies. We were just the other day wondering what was going on with our friends at Steve Jackson Games. And there we go. Steve Jackson's has somehow become united with Possum Creek Games. Possum Creek Games, of course, the creators of the Wander Home anthropomorphic animal fantasy thing, are now working together. So Wander Home's type product and anything else Possum Creek made will now be released through Steve Jackson. It reads like they're still a separate individual, as it says that their imprint is now a Steve Jackson imprint. They will retain full creative and editorial control of the games while assisting SJ Games designs and visual branding teams, such as Wander Home and other things. So Steve Jackson Games will be publishing it, but Wander Home's Possum Creek people will be still there with all the who's, hows, and what's its and lever pushing and going, no, put that there, and full creative control. So they'll rate it, they'll edit it, they'll hand it off to Steve Jackson Games to produce it, publish it, put it out there, and be responsible for all the advertising, while still remaining, at least for now, independent of Steve Jackson Games. So should Steve Jackson Games do something politically incorrect, as we know they have done in the past recently, Possum Creek can say, hey, we're not associated with them. They just publish our stuff. Kind of like me and my publishers, past, present, and future. They just publish my stuff. I have nothing to do with their politics. Clever on Possum Creek's part. And finally, just in time for Captain America Brave New World, with Falcon now officially being the Captain America. And we all know, because it's been spoiled 1,000 times, he fights Harrison Ford, Red Hulk. So he fights a 85-year-old Red Hulk. I don't even know why they're introducing the General Thunderbolt Ross Red Hulk character, and why it's being introduced in a Captain America movie. Do we really need the Red Hulk now? And to have Harrison Ford play it? I don't know. I mean, I'm no interest in this movie whatsoever, but we do have some Avengers related stuff just in time for this new movie, for the Marvel Multiverse RPG. Remember the Marvel Multiverse RPG? Remember that game you had to pay to play test, and it was going to embrace the Marvel universe in the best way possible since Phase Rip, and didn't, and nobody really cared. Well, they've got a new thing coming out, and it's this. It's an Avengers expansion. Past, present, future, including the Avengers we know and love from the movie series. So before and during Endgame. And then we have some other stuff coming up. This will be $50 for 256 pages of Avengers goodness, including Cap's shield, Thor's hammer, how to create a headquarters, how to fight large groups, and stat blocks for all the Avengers as we've seen them in the movies. So there you go. We're all caught up on the tabletop role-playing game news stories. I'm sure that other company is doing something, because as I'm looking at this page, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just without even trying. 5 different stories coming out of the house of Gygax over Wizards of the Coast nonsense. But we're not talking about that. No, we're sitting back, relaxing, drinking a little tea, enjoying the gloomy weather, looking forward to a wonderful spring, and not talking about the disaster that is Wizards of the Coast. If you appreciate me doing this, let me know. If you never want to hear me talk about this ever again, let me know. Till next time, I'm the OGGM. Stay safe out there. It's raining, and I'll talk to you later.